With the new naval update for Victoria 3 and the changes to interests, the ability to make overseas empires has become much more, well, I was going to say difficult, but it's more that the process is more involved. Spain is a nation with a long-lost empire in many ways, having relatively recently lost its colonies in the Americas except for Cuba and Puerto Rico. On account of that, it's an obvious goal to restore it, both because of the journal entry about it and the historical precedent. Now, what I discovered doing this playthrough is that it's way easier to restore the Spanish Empire than I'd have thought, if only because of how good the Sovereign Empire power block is. Of course, just restoring the empire isn't quite enough for the ambitious people of Spain, and in good time we will go even further beyond. Let's take a look at Spain and its immense power as a nation, even with the naval changes working against it. I should also add that I streamed this playthrough. This is my first live stream since moving to my new apartment. So if the audio is a little bit, weird, then sorry about that, but hopefully it's not too bad. What are we doing today? It's probably a more important question to answer. Besides admiring Psycho's beauty here, we're going to play as Spain, and we're going to do like the whole restoring the Spanish Empire thing. Now, what makes it different than what it used to be, okay? It's that now, with the navy rework and stuff, Spain, first of all, has a smaller navy, but also they need a way bigger navy to achieve the stuff they want to achieve. So on account of that, it's going to be a little bit tougher. The goal is to get the that journal entry for reconquering like the Latin American stuff by 1880 to get the permanent modifier. That's like the goal in theory, right? But it's we'll see if we can pull that off, because it's going to be tough just to build up the navy to be able to transport an army over here. That said, I'm going to be using Sovereign Empire probably to kind of help with that when it comes to getting, like, say, the small guys that'll be out here. Because each war takes a bit, but if we can just, like, invade the little dudes, or not invade, sorry, just invade the big dudes and then just subjugate the little dudes, that'd be kind of nice. But, yeah, let's get right into it. I've been practicing a build, like, sort of off-stream, just because I wanted to have something of an idea of what I'm doing here. So the build is basically, when it comes to this war against Carlist Spain, you just immediately combine the entire army, like so, and then you put on the best attacker that you have, and you go on the attack, and you get the supplies and stuff, blah blah. What we're gonna do is, when you have this war and you click flush them out, you get this small bonus to your offense and defense, and that lasts for 2 years and it decays. We're gonna click this around the same time that we begin a play to grab Gibraltar. Because if we can grab Gibraltar, then we can start charging tolls, and tolls are like really good. So that's kind of the idea, is to use the bonus from Carlist War to help us beat Britain. Now in my testing, the British tend to just not even put anyone down here, so it's not really like a big deal having the modifier, but it helps. Alongside that, I do want to also begin just making ships immediately. We're going to make new templates. We're going to lower everything. We just want the ship speed, and we want the, although this doesn't require coal. Yeah, never mind. Actually, because this requires coal, we don't want to click that. Yeah, this is like no engines, which is cool. But we're going to grab the extended quarterdeck, because of course we want to get like, more transport ability. And then give it, I'm not going to bother naming it. I don't care. And we're going to build a bunch of those, because we want to just be able to move an army around. That's all we really want to do. Got a couple of capitals, and then I want mostly cruisers, because they're cheaper and easier to make, and they can still transport units. We're going to set our army wages to max. And for now, I'm going to put the taxes up a little bit, get some taxes. And I think I'm going to build first in Asturias, because we can get the Duro y Campagna thing out here. I'm making iron and tools, and coal and lumber. Technology tree, banking, I think, to start. And then I want quinine so I can colonize in Africa more. And I need to get interests over here like ASAP. I don't have a navy yet, so I kind of just can't. But that's okay. Let's instead focus on just fighting these dudes, I guess. Oh, a power block. Yeah, power block. Hold on. We're going to make a sovereign empire. Are there any good names? Chat, you guys got any names? I suppose we can just go with the relatively simple Spanish Empire, right? Doesn't sound too bad. Let's pick a statue. The line with the gun is always funny. But I like this one, the guy with the wings, and he's got the book out, and he's like, read. You guys know that scene from the Boondocks? I can't recite it because it features a word I'm not allowed to say, but it has Uncle Ruckus, and there's the guy on the bed, and he says, read, and then he says a word, and then he says it again. You guys know that scene? This is a very confused ideological creature here. The Torch of Liberty, the Roman helmet of, like, let's say fascism, maybe, and then the sickle of communism. What does this guy believe? You'll never know. You'll never have any idea what this guy could possibly believe in. I'm not sure what actual ideology we'll go with. Are we going to be fascist? Are we going to be communist? I don't really know what we're going to do. So, in regards to that, what if we just make a statue that kind of features all of it? Here's who I want to be friends with. I want to be friends with France. I don't really care to be friends with anyone else. So, yeah. And the nice thing of being a major power is you can just rival like everybody, which is great. I also want to be friends with Prussia. And then Britain I don't want to be friends with. And in fact, what I'm going to do is, because I want to invade them soon, I'm going to renegotiate this treaty and get rid of our diplomatic pact. And I'm just going to give them like military access, you know, just so that, you know, we can have a different treaty. Portugal I want to be friends with. And then we'll start from relations down here once we're like able to, because right now obviously we can't. I believe we're already suppressing the Carlists. This is me throw this dude in prison. And then I guess we could bolster liberals, but I'm not sure if we want to go liberal yet, so we'll chill. I think we're ready to unpause now. I think I want to put some decrees down in Asturias. I already did. Okay, great. Throw a migration decree down there too, I guess. And probably at least one enlistment effort somewhere. Where are like most of our units? If I go to like build a unit, where's most of our guys? Looks like in, yeah, Castilla la Nueva. So let's put an enlistment decree there, just to help with our training rate a little bit. So these 6 ships I doubt can realistically get like any interests in South America, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to keep this legitimate government for now. Are there any laws I would want changed? Like, taxes are nice, but I want to wait till I can get at least proportional. And then, oh, colonial affairs is what I want to get. Yes, this is necessary. Colonial affairs for sure. Winning a battle here, that's good. Every win that we get increases the buff we get from Flush Them Out. So the more we win, the better. They made a change in the recent patch where now to do tolls, you have to control both sides of the strait. So even if I built a naval fortification in El Rif, I wouldn't be able to get tolls yet. And more victories here. It's beautiful. Each one gives us more power. Might be concerned about the debt, and it's a reasonable concern, but it'll be solved by our... oh, this should be iron tools, right? Yeah. It'll be solved by the tolls, that's what I'm going to say, but we have no infrastructure here. Fuck. That's not good. And I can't really... I guess I can build ports for infrastructure, but that's such a fucking waste, and I don't have railways. Well, let's hope some people migrate in there, I guess. That'll give some infrastructure if they get migrants. Alright, so here comes the... We're going to flush them out now. Now, while that's happening... We're gonna begin the play for British Upper Andalusia. Nobody should join this because nobody really cares about Britain. So it's all good. Let's flush them out. By the time that we're done, like, occupying all of these guys, we should be ready to move into Britain. Although I say that, they do already have men there. So let me just quickly split off a section. So all I want out of this war is just control over Gibraltar. I don't care about anything else. I will build a naval fortification here. I just need to control Gibraltar so I get the tolls, that's all. I'm not going to add any other war goals here. We're just taking up Gibraltar. Now, the thing is, the British Army should be able to MOG me, right? But because of just the AI kind of not prioritizing these sorts of fronts very much, they just sort of... oh, at least at the Carlist Army. I shouldn't have... Never mind about this. We just sort of, like, have nothing to fear here, which is great. So that's the end of the Carlist War. Because this is the embrace of the Vergara, and now we have, you know, we've united, you know, Spain or whatever. Okay. And we'll get the 2 Spains. This is a journal entry that still you can't really ever complete without really, really trying. And we're going to get the one where we decide the fate of Latin America in a second as well, if I remember correctly. The British are going to take a long time to capitulate, by the way, and that's fine, but I get to charge tolls, so that helps a lot with my budget, as you can see. I'm also going to cut off ships for anyone that's not an ally. That'll be good. What's our interest like over here? We do have interest in Central America, so we can start, like, making treaties out here. This is because I'm going to subjugate them into my power block in a bit, by the way, for those wondering why we're doing this. Not getting as much toll as I would have liked from this, but it's not a huge deal. Most of it's going to be that this army's kind of expensive, so we kind of just need to, like, you know, fix our missing stuff. Dominican wants to become a puppet. Yeah, that sounds great. Okay, free puppet in Santo Domingo. Hell yeah. Didn't expect that. I think that's just like, sometimes that happens. I don't know. There's one person in the power block, by the way. We got Honduras. I guess I can also bring in relations with New Granada and Venezuela, so we can get these guys too. Psycho's so chill right now, man. She's literally just lying here. Like, she's normally so annoying and active during the stream. I say annoying, again, I love her. But she definitely gets in the way of streaming, 100%. Right now, she's just chilling. Another member of the Empire added. I wonder, Mexico, how likely, like, are you still a minor power? Maybe I can just get them, like, subjugated through the Empire. Be kind of sick. Oh, also, I should be colonizing. Hold on. skill issue. Now, these colonies aren't that important to me, but I'm getting them because I might as well. Big thing to do, by the way, is actually to stake a colonial claim on West Sahara, so you can start colonizing it right now, because you have a journal entry later, where you have to colonize this in like 10 years, and it's surprisingly hard to do because it's so slow to colonize. So I'm doing that right away. I'm cheating a little bit in that sense. Alright, you want to give me... He's still demanding that I surrender when I'm winning. Like, brother, please. I think I want to put the industrialists in. I want to go to laissez-faire just like right away. Because like, on Spain specifically, everyone's chill with laissez-faire. It's so weird. Like the the landowners have this moderatist ideology where they're just like, bro, like we're chilling. We don't even give a shit. Or is it not this one that gives it? Yeah, this one, paternalistic. So Spain doesn't have paternalistic on their landowners. So it's really fucking easy to get to laissez-faire. So we're gonna do that. Now laissez-faire probably isn't as good as interventionism, but it means I don't have to pay as much attention to the game, which when I'm streaming is always a plus. So, you want to surrender to me yet, Britain? Oh my god, they're still demanding that I surrender to them when they have negative 66% support or whatever. It's very funny. There we go, now they want to give it to me. Alright, Upper Andalusia taken. Now that we don't have our army raised, now we're like chill, with regards to the budget. I do need to get the navy going, so let's just real quick priority queue these. We definitely want to grab cowards, send for the war minister. Treason shall not be rewarded. So true, so true. Does upset the people out here, but that's okay. Psycho is slowly pushing my mouse off the table. Like, it's really funny. But she's like totally asleep. Jeez, are you like alive? Oh yeah, she's alive. Yeah, okay. Like damn. Are you like dead? Alright, so current navy, how big can we how many troops can we carry on this bad boy? I want to be able to take like 10 Marines, I think, would be a nice number of Marines for in case we need to invade any places. So we probably... Okay, that's exactly enough for 10 Marines. That's perfect. Wow. So there's 30 ships. It's actually exactly as many as we chose to build. So somehow I managed to calculate the perfect number of ships. Here come our Marines. I'm going to send my... Once these guys are, like, built, I'm going to send them over to South America to begin spreading our will over there. I don't want this guy. We already had this event. Now, Mexico is probably not going to be willing to work with me yet, although maybe. Let's see. Like, if I give them an obligation, then we can get this, but which is good, I guess. Let's wait a little while till we're a little more powerful. Because I can't guarantee his independence right now. Is he a major power? No, okay. What if I just make a bunch of conscripts real quick just to, like, spook people? Never raise them, but just make them so that way, like, I have them in my pocket, Does that make you... No, it doesn't really change things. Okay, let's wait for the relations to get improved. Fake army strat. We do love fake army strat. It's very, very powerful strat. Yeah, we're still poor relations. Let's wait till we're at least not poor relations to try that out. We also got laissez-faire, by the way. We're also going to grab free trade. I don't even know if free trade's like meta anymore. It was in the past, and I still like using it because I do like trading. Tariffs usually don't generate that much money anyway. You can see here we're making 800 on tariffs, so it's like kind of whatever. I want probably dialectics. And I'm going to want to do paper and universities pretty soon. That's going to be our next step. Pretty sure. Hello, Mexico. How's that deal? He's still feeling... Okay, now he's willing to take the deal. I can guarantee his independence as well. Okay, I can also threaten naval hostilities for 12 infamy. Imagine ever using this button. Well, I guess we can just take the chance. 82%. I'll take those odds. Huge. There we go. So now, what's our growth on you looking like? Oh yeah, we can definitely get him in the power block. Easy clap, dude. Unfortunately, it looks like Nicaragua joined the British Empire. But I might be able to invite them anyway. Interest group is the cat. What interest group are you, Psycho? You're probably like a trade union, I'd say. You're for the people. Also, Free States of America, look at this. The rare reverse civil war. This would be good for me if America is weak, so we're happy to see that. And it looks like they are going to get crushed. So that's great. We love to see that. It's a weird thing, though, when it's the North that breaks free from the South like this. Rare, like, occurrence. Yeah, there you go, look at that. Oh, I could probably drop taxes a bit, too. Let's not have such high taxes while we have tolls carrying our economy. I just realized that, yeah. Yeah, Psycho is probably a landowner, now that I think about it. That actually makes more sense. Alright, Nicaragua, you gonna just barely edge into being in my power block, please? You're saying no? Yeah, he wants to be better liked. We'll get there. For now, let's subjugate. 60% cohesion to subjugate Honduras, really? That's a lot, man. You're demanding a lot out of me with this one, pal. That's okay, though. Proportional taxation, just right away. We couldn't wait for graduated, but proportional is quite good, so if we just take it. Like, do we want to really wait all the way until, like how long to research socialism? It take, like, forever. Like, nah. I think we just grab proportional right now. I do need to keep some... Like, I need to make more rivals, basically. Let's just rival both of the Americas, because they're not very strong anyway. Rival Sweden, let's rival Italy. Britain I'm going to rival as well. We're probably going to end up coming to blows with them eventually anyway. Do we have an interest now down here? We do in La Plata. Perfect. We can improve relations to all these dudes. Okay, now you want to join the power block for 55% chance. I'll owe you an obligation. That's no big deal. There we are. Perfect. That gets us all these dudes. Mexico's almost there. Come on. Beautiful. That's a big one right there. Jesus Christ. That's huge for me. We want to start subjugating all these dudes, though. So let's do that. Unfortunately, it costs us, like, all of our cohesion. But it's okay. I'm going to make the Duro Company, because I believe that one's probably one of the best ones, like, in the entire game, to be honest. Duro y Compañía gives you iron, coal, steel, and then you can give lumber to it as well through an industry right. It's kind of just insanely goated. We'll grab that. Everyone's loyal, right? Yeah, Guatemala. So when you first subjugate them, they have pretty high liberty desire for a bit, but it goes down quite fast because, of course, we have like allies, we have army power projection. You know, we got a lot of stuff going on. Oh, we got the Spark of Revolution, Springtime of the Peoples. Oh no, not the Springtime of the Peoples. Radicals. Okay, we gotta suppress the radicals like immediately and imprison Victor. So how this will probably get some power. We can't really do much about that in this era. But can I appease you by passing something like wealth voting? Like, would that be enough? It would make the Carlists really upset, but the Carlists are already... no, they're at 7%, so they're in. They're around. So the thing about this is, I feel like you can never... This never actually gets fulfilled. Because, like, right now, all the radicals or national liberals are suppressed. And their support's less than 10, but it just kind of says it's not the case. Is it because of liberals? Are you radical? Ah, that's why liberals... Okay, hold on. Suppress them as well. Maybe that will let me end the journal entry early. What happened to Bolivia? Looks like Chile made some moves, and Tahuantinsuyu broke out from them as well. I didn't even notice that till you said something about it, so that's really funny. Oh, okay, so we do have a radical rebellion. Have we yet pushed the liberal movement below 10? We have. So, I believe now every movement that has radical or national liberal is suppressed with support below 10%. But I guess just like no. it doesn't do we have any, are any of these movements national liberals? That's only like a German thing, is national liberals. Okay, radical. Yeah, I don't know why. This journal has always been kind of weird. Now, if the radicals rise up, I'm just going to fight them, because that is a very small radical revolution. I have no problem putting that down. Oh, we have to help them against America. We can actually do that, though. Because even if they lose this war, then I think we just, like, don't care, you know? Maybe we can transfer Liberia out of this, actually. That's kind of sick. Let's do that. Although, because Mexico is actually not currently my subject, Mexico will just capitulate without needing me to capitulate. But nonetheless, wait a minute, like, Mexico kind of goaded here? Although America's gonna, I guess, they're going to get conscripts, right? And that's how they're gonna end up getting, actually, like, an army on the front here. First, I'm gonna kill this little revolt up here. There's no shot we're winning this, so, you know what, Mexico, you're on your own, buddy, sorry. Just, you know, like, you know, I don't care if Mexico loses that land. We don't need this land in order to complete Reconquista. I am gonna stay in this war just because it does let me get Liberia. You're in the French market? Oh, you're in the French power block. Interesting. It's not a sovereign empire, so maybe I can just pull you out by investing in you. We have 5 independent block members, probably gonna be so El Salvador, and I guess we can check with the market map mode. Yeah, so El Salvador, Nicaragua, Los Altos, and then Argentina, and soon to be Chile. So you get Mexico pretty soon. We'll make sure to do that before they potentially become a major power, because it is possible that could happen. Now, is there any other law I want to change? I would like maybe to get wealth voting. I think I prefer it to oligarchy. But at the same time, oligarchy is pretty nice, so maybe we'll keep that.
think we're just okay with the current laws. Dedicated police actually is good. Yeah, let's grab that. Makes everybody happy. Subjugate Mexico. Huge. That's big. Let's see. That's big. Then I want to make sure they're loyal. So, because they might be disloyal. Actually, no, they're like chill. I guess I do have a big army. Makes sense. But once they're a puppet, they won't be so chill. But okay, evangelize to make sure that they're in range. Perfect, dude. So I'm not gonna bother making them puppets because when I click reestablish New Spain, this is going to immediately make a new subject who will be a puppet, which is great. So yeah, you can have whatever you want, Mexico. I'm not worried. Now for my second company, I haven't really thought about what I want to do. Also, as we didn't name Duro. Hold on, we gotta name the company after our channel members real quick. So hold on. This wheel unfortunately is not perfectly updated. So any members that have signed up in the past like day or two, sorry, you're not gonna be included in this spin. But you know, for those that have been here for a while, you're included. So here we go. What do we get? You guys go into Marquis. Congratulations, Marquis. The reason why there's these numbers with it and stuff is that members of higher tiers get more like slots in the wheel, so you're more likely to be picked. That's why it's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So it is pay to win to some extent. But yeah, so Marquis. Okay. So let's call this the Marquis Manufacturing, the ministry. Let's give it interesting. Let's give it a religious vibe. Okay, ministry. Something like that. He's not even a Catholic, or he's not even a religious folk, but he's you know, he's trying to take advantage of the Catholic nature of Spain. Okay, so he named his company as a ministry. They do missionary work. Okay, we could roleplay that into him having colonization rights actually, but I'm good. That'd be an interesting idea, but no, colonization rights are kind of just really bad. Okay, I need to stop making new members because I need to like I need to integrate the ones we currently have. So let's we'll grab Nicaragua and stuff. That'll be our next. I think the next ones we want to subjugate are Nicaragua and Los Altos, because if we do those, then we can make the New Spain subjects. Oh, also New Granada, because they're. I think Panama goes to New Spain. I don't remember if that's the case or not. Might just make protectorate on Chile since we have. You know what? Let's just do that instead of wasting all this cohesion on them, because it's going to be very easy anyway. So I can make a second company. I don't know what to make though. We'll figure that out later. Just focusing on the subjugations right now. Ooh, yeah, not looking so good there. Oh, maybe still win anyway? No, they got dug in. Oh, but still winning, but not. Oh, okay, no, we got poor vision. Okay, yeah, now we're done. They got panic retreat though, we win! What the fuck? That was the most back and forth battle I've ever seen. What the hell? This is like nail-biting combat right here, man. Comedy of errors, yeah, clearly. Oh my goodness. Get destroyed, Chile. I can make 24 Marines with this army, so I guess at this point I should just up how many Marines I have, shouldn't I? Let's quickly retreat on this, because we keep the occupation if we retreat rather than being defeated. And I'm just going to train, like, a ton more Marines, which we have to do once we have to get back home first. So real quick, let's go back to Spain. It's going to take a little while, but, I mean, time is... We have no worry about time. You'll notice here the occupation stays. You have 89% occupation, which means they get like no market access, by the way. This is kind of like a dick move because they actually have no way to stop this. So by the way, for those that play multiplayer, don't ever do this. It's not very fun to do to other people. If you do a naval invasion and you win a couple of invasions and then cancel it, you keep the occupation. Occupation reduces market access. So you can cause infinite devastation, infinite lacking market access, and just kind of ruin a country. If you do that, but like, don't do that, please. That's not a nice thing to do. Okay, so here is the power, but please relinquish the power from yourself. The Americas are fighting each other. Holy crap, dude! The infamy you must have just taken on, you mad lad. Only 42, I guess, because they share a heritage, so it's not as bad. But my goodness, that's quite the demands right there. Same, you probably took on even more, yeah, because these are Dixie territories, so they don't even have the homeland bonus. Because notice that Free States of America is only Yankee. Did they get multiculturalism from? No, they didn't. Because you can get instant multiculturalism when you play as the Free States of America, which is kind of insane. At least you used to be able to. I don't know if it's changed ever since, but you show me what Victoria looks like, so I know if she's a cutie. Here. Assuming she's still alive. She's not. Never mind. The monarchy's been overthrown. I didn't even notice this. The British Republic is here, so actually I cannot show you Victoria unless she still leads the industrialists. She does not. So no, I cannot show you. The British Republic, I didn't even notice that. 61% clout trade union with Reformer. Wow. They made Victoria 3 woke because they didn't put Victoria herself in like a skin tight outfit. Can you believe that? This could be our opportunity to get Portugal as subject for free, by the way. Let's see. They're pretty sure they absolutely fucking love me. Hell yeah, become subjects. Big W. Alright. That's Portugal for free. Let's go finish off our occupation of Santiago. How many people have died here because of devastation, I wonder? Probably like an insane number. But there you go, the war is over. Okay. Chile has been subjugated. They just kind of surrendered the second I landed because they were so tired from the war, I assume. Once we get full cohesion, we should be able to subjugate, like we should be able to get Venezuela in the power block. But right now we can't because we have no cohesion. But we're going to get to 50, then we're going to put New Granada into the subjecthood. So apparently Sulu is in our power block. Okay, that's because of Portugal. Which one of you is Sulu again? I'm sorry if that's racist. This one, right? Yeah. How are the Liberty Desires looking? Looks like Portugal's got a little bit of Liberty Desire. Oh, they have a anti-me clout lobby thing. Unfortunate. Are you like libs? No, they're an absolute monarchy. Interesting. Okay. No big deal. Sure, yeah, I'll help you against the East Indies. What's happening here? They're trying to take over all the Portuguese stuff out here. I kind of just am okay with them doing that, to be honest. Like, do I even want stuff out here? Like, not particularly, so I might just give in on this. That doesn't make Portugal stop being my subject, right? I don't think it does anyway. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, good. Because I don't really want to have that stuff over there anyway. It's kind of just, like, annoying to deal with. So, cool. There's New Granada, so I'm going to hit reestablish New Spain now. Yeah, I think it's everything in North America. Perfect. That gives them Panama. Perfect. Now we just have Nueva España, which should be quite loyal. I hope anyway. I'm praying. Yeah, they look like they're loyal. That's good. And they're gonna be paying me, like, actually paying me money and stuff because they're a colony. That's wonderful. Now, unfortunately, I believe that none of this will be incorporated for them, so they're gonna be getting, like, no taxes for a while until they decide to incorporate everything, which will take forever because most of this is, like, some of this is, well, actually, most of it's Mexican homeland, so actually, that's chill. Yeah, they'll incorporate it eventually, but it'll take a while. And now they're a little disloyal. I need more prestige, apparently. That's fair. Damn, their lobby is really strong. Okay, interesting. Okay, so New Spain's going to be a little disloyal. So now I think my goal is going to be to get Venezuela into the power block, so we have to wait for our cohesion to go back up. Which right now, Nueva España is dragging it down. Not a big deal. Oh, they also took over Cuba and stuff too. Well, they took over everything here. Interesting, okay. No wonder they're so powerful then. Yeah, they're going to have like a ton of GDP. If they have more GDP than I do, that's fucking hilarious. Yeah, okay, okay. Maybe we shouldn't have actually made them yet, because they're going to be so fucking disloyal. They're independent economically. We need more GDP. That much is clear. We have 4 million pounds of investment pools. Let's start hitting the, like, kind of part of the game where we start really building up our GDP a ton. Okay, do I want to let New Spain become a dominion? I really don't. I want them to stay a colony, but at the same time, they're just going to be, like, permanent. Actually, dude, this is kind of base if they're a dominion, because then they can go and do wars and stuff. So actually, I'm okay with this. I know I just was talking about how I didn't want them to be a dominion, but actually, this is probably a good idea, because that way they might actually have a semblance of a chance of being loyal. There you go. That keeps them at a tier where they're, like, acceptable. They're going to waver around 50, which is good. Portugal is a problem, but I think that hopefully we can get through that eventually. So we have a couple independent members still. I think, what, like, Peru, get them. Oh, fuck, I could have invited these guys. Shit. Ah, man. Bad timing. Should have kept an eye on that. That was, like, the moment that we had. Okay, you're willing to join if I give you an obligation, 5% chances. Wait a little bit longer till I get some more cohesion, maybe. 90% chance. Let's wait till that's 100, you know, just to make sure. There you go. Now Venezuela's in my power block. We can subjugate them in 5 years, and then we can form New Grenada. And And then I guess after this, maybe we can dismantle Brazil and then grab them. I mean, I thought this would be more difficult, to be honest. I was thinking about like how, oh, we have like a smaller navy now and it's gonna be a little bit tougher, but it's turned out to be like very, very easy to do this. So, oh well, I guess. I suppose I should make a company by this point, by the way. I can make España Industrial, which I'm pretty okay with, yeah. You can do that. Let's make sure to name this though. Let's find a channel member to rename this after, real quick. What do we get this time? Don't Marquis again. No, okay, we're gonna reroll because we just he has the other company right now. So let's give it another shot here. Let's not give the 2 companies to one guy in one stream. Sulfi, yeah, he tends to win pretty often because of how many slots he has on here. So cool, Sulfi gets a company. Congratulations. Let's call this Sulfi's stylish suits, Spanish suits. I'm very creative. Check out the alliteration, am I right, folks? Because it makes clothes. Get it? That's why it's called Sulfi stylish suits. You can boo now. So at this point, I can complete the journal entry, by the way. I just that I want to wait until everyone is subjugated to do it. Because when I click all 3 of these, we're done. But first I want Venezuela to be subjugated so that they join the new subject that gets made. I guess you don't have to make all this wine. I'm making this to try and get more leverage over the Portuguese, but it might just be giving them more GDP. Now they have support independence from Russia, though, which is really bothersome. If they didn't have that crazy clouded up lobby, would be fine, but oh well. So we're basically like almost, we have to do all these buttons by 1880. That's all you have to do to get the, so what it is that if you do it at any point, you get the you get one of these bonuses. If you do it before 1880, you get it with no time limit. So for the rest of the game, you just have it. And that question is 20% authority, or do we want more morale damage and less morale loss? I think we take the authority. Suyu is done, and then I think that's everyone that's in Peru. Let's reestablish Peru. Beautiful. Doesn't that look pretty? Once it actually like comes through, doesn't that look nice? And then are you loyal? I sure hope so. Evangelize. Yeah, looks like he's quite loyal. That's good. It was only New Spain who was a problem, because it makes sense why. So much more big than the other ones. So much bigger, I guess you could say. And the last one I have to do is River Plate. So we just subjugate Paraguay and Uruguay. I don't actually think Uruguay goes into River Plate. I think we'll just kind of be having Uruguay around, like just chilling, which is okay, I suppose. So after we finish getting, like, restoring all of, you know, the Spanish Empire, I guess we can just do, like, we can colonize Africa and stuff. We could do, I think we focus on the economy at that point. We just build up Spain itself. And we get, like, a big economy so that we can have loyal subjects. And then we focus, I think, on Africa will be our thing. And we probably should dismantle Brazil. That would be smart, wouldn't it? We need railways really badly, and I don't think I even have railways yet, do I? Oh my god, I don't have. I'm gonna get them soon, but I've been focused on so much other tech that I don't have rails, which is crazy. Also, big North German Federation. They got Bohemia. That's big because Bohemia is just really, really valuable, like the states. I mean, so this is big for Germany to have those. Would you get you? Okay, great. And then we click on establish River Plate. Yeah, so Uruguay just gets to kind of like stick around, which is interesting. But there you go, we did it. There's the our American Empire event. Normally the modifier lasts only 10 years, but because they did it before 1880, it lasts for the rest of the game. So, although 20% authority and 20% prestige are nice, I think I do want the extra morale damage and stuff, because it makes fighting wars easier. Oh, this only lasts 20 years though. Interesting. Well, if this is like 20 years, that is a long time, to be fair. But I think I'd rather just have the bigger authority bonus than if that's only going to be 10 years. Or 20 years, rather. They're cool. That is authority is quite nice. There you go, look at that. The Spanish Lake. Anticlimactic, if only because that was way easier than I thought it was going to be. Here's what I want to use the authority for. I'm going to throw down a bunch of migration decrees. We can get rid of all these enlistment efforts by now, jeez. We have a lot of authority, which is beautiful. But let's throw migration decrees down. Let's population max, you know, that kind of thing. And then we could even do, like, promote national values if we want to just, like, Expanify or Hispanify, I guess, all of Iberia. Then we could do that. Let's do that, you know? Maybe we'll take this off and put it over here instead. try and create, like, get rid of all of our non-Spanish people. So yeah, just for the fun of it, let's go ahead and Spanishify everything. Also, I'm the #1 power block now. That's cool. Get wrecked. Oh, they're already in the British Empire. Look at that. Did they get subjugated? They did not. So we could still go in there and steal them out from under the British. They're guaranteed, but I mean, it's not a big deal. Crazy game for the Afro-Americans here, though. So how's the interest doing here? I assume their capital is still in DC, yeah, so this will be the place we need to get an interest in. So to subjugate you is 78 infamy. We could just do it, which is pretty funny. They'd be very disloyal for like ever, I assume. But it's kind of a good meme. You know, I think we should just do it. The thing is, they have what? Do they have any like actually? They don't have like any units. Okay, let's just do it. Right, like fuck it. It's probably gonna piss off the British. That's okay. It's gonna piss off all of our subjects more scarily. But it should be okay. Add some war goals to make them want to back down. So here we go. We're gonna add the United States to our empire. And do they have claims on New Africa? Probably not. Yeah. Oh, they have claims on some. Oh, and they back down. Wow, it's beautiful. Thank you so much for that, America. That makes my life very easy. Very anticlimactic, but there you go. Now we have even the United States. Well, you know, what remains of them anyway in our market. That's pretty cool. That's pretty nice. Yeah, I won't lie. That's pretty nice. Of course, they're going to be horribly disloyal. Well, it's time to build up the economy. Now that we have railways, we can do like, you know, we can start building like a lot. So where do we have most of our good? The thing about Spain is they don't have like a good state that just has a lot of resources in it. I guess it's the Pays Vasco. I said like it was French. Pays. What the fuck am I saying, bro? We'll build up here, and there's not really many people here, but they'll come, you know, because we're gonna build a bunch of stuff. It's kind of insane we did that whole thing in like 2 hours. By looking at the current stream, there's been 2.5 hours. The first 20 minutes of which was kind of just spent talking, and we did like the big Spain journal entry and grabbed the United States as a subject. Kind of insane. But you know, all in a day's work for a Sigma like me. At least our colonization's going pretty well. The French Senegal is kind of been boxed in, which is good. But France is our friend anyway, so... Okay, also we're #1 great power now. I didn't even know, like... I guess because Britain lost India is why they're throwing so hard, but... Yeah. So we have now a maxed out power block, which is great. It's not going to get cohesion again until the states calm down. Oh, I can build these power block statues. Right, I forgot about these. We can reduce the cost of all of our decrees by doing this real quick. So I'm actually going to do that because we do have decrees like everywhere. So this will save us like a ton of authority. Now, it takes a long time to build the statues, but that's okay. It'll be like a year. It's not too bad. Well, to build all of them, it'll be like 3 years, probably. I should be building more ships. We want to probably phase out these old wooden ships and replace them with the ironclads. Let's make a new fleet. Modern ironclad. Let's make a new template. And I actually want these to be good, so we're going to give them like actual stuff. Probably keep the landing skiffs, though. Like 15 of those. And then I'm also going to want the cruisers. We're going to want like troop ships and iron frigates. So troop ship, max all of it out. I also am going to want some iron frigates. And we'll build like 30 troop ships and then also 50 frigates. That's going to take a long time to build, but that's okay. How much to subjugate New Africa? I think it was 51. Okay, well we can do this. It would just put us quite high on infamy, but I mean, I don't know, who cares, right? I want to take over New Africa. I could liberate the Confederate States out of them. Oh my goodness. Imagine having Free States of America, United States of America, and the Confederate States all existing at the same time. Wouldn't that be something? I think Britain does join the war, it looks like, but I don't really think it matters. And there's no war goes on me, so... He's trying to transfer the United States. Wow, that's a big play, man. Bro is trying... I almost want to let them have the United States because it'd be so funny if they did. But, oh well. It is crazy to me how much better the North is compared to the South with regards to the United States. Because, like, the US without the North becomes, like, a minor, sometimes even insignificant power. Whereas the North will be, like, a great power by itself. Like, it goes to show like how little the South matters, I guess, for at least the game. Even though in reality, I think they were probably quite important. It's just that for this game, they're like so unimportant. They're trying to naval invade me, but by the time they get there, we're gonna be done the war anyway, so I'm not worried. Now we have like full control over the South. Okay, look at that. That's beautiful, isn't it? I'd said I wanted to dismantle Brazil, but I think it's just gonna be like, I don't know, it's like a lot of work. It sounds so stupid to say that, but we could do more national values stuff, but we don't really need to. It's kind of already all handled. I guess we can just put like road maintenance around so that we can just have more infrastructure and more construction speed and stuff. Sure. I love Sovereign Empire, man. We can have decrees like everywhere. I remember we had said we were going to go after Africa next, but then here I am going after the wrong Africa. But still, it's fine. So we have 3 mandates available now. We can swap out something if we want to. I like having advanced research though, so I'm not going to do that. You know what I actually do want? Hold on. I want to get pan-nationalism so that I can form Iberia, and then I can get rid of stinky little Portugal always being a problem. So let's do that actually. That's going to be our next step. Now, the requirement to form Iberia says that you need to have all subject countries in Iberia have the desire below 75. You might think, well, how are you going to get Portugal below 75? We're just going to, I think we can grant them states once we make them a puppet. So we're going to do like a war for it. We'll do like a declared war to make them a puppet, that we can grant them states to reduce their liberty desire. And that will not last long, but then we can, you know, click the button before they can get the liberty desire back up. It'll be okay. So when this fires, we can ban slavery for free, but the question is, do we want to ban slavery? Like, the answer is more or less like no, because we have colonial slavery. So we only are locked out of multiculturalism by that. And I don't think I want to do multiculturalism this run. I always do multiculturalism, so let's not do it this run. Let's actually stick to just cultural, you know, cultural exclusion. In fact, we could even go up to like racial segregation or something. But no, it's okay. I like cultural exclusion. Lets you get access to pretty much all of the cultures that are going to be migrating in. That's nice. Speaking of which, here's demographics. Looks like the capital has a bunch of South Germans and South Italians. We have a hodgepodge of many other things kind of around. Yeah, it's mostly been in Madrid though. I do have my decrees down, so we're getting rid of Catalans and Hispanifying them, which is cool. So we could do wage subsidies, slavery banned, regulatory bodies. Let's just, I guess regulatory bodies I do like. Let's grab that. Keeps people alive. So now apparently for 2 Spains, we're just like, super liberal. I guess we have a liberal in charge of our army now for somehow. This guy's a liberal, that's why. So that single-handedly swung it like all the way to the other side. But this entry is pretty much impossible to ever finish, to be real with you. Thing is, finishing it's kind of like, you don't really want to, because having 0 tension, which is very easy to have, you just get a bunch of activism down, like, forever. So it's kind of based. No, you do not get your independence, New Africa. Britain supports their independence. What if I... Okay, it takes a lot of infamy to reduce their autonomy. I think we'll just humiliate them. And then with regards to Britain, we could try to do something to them. Like, what if I get all kooky with it, and I liberate, like, you know, Scotland and Ireland? I think I can make a landing on Britain, to be honest. Let's go and mess with Britain a little bit. We can land with, like, all 86 of these dudes, because we actually have this big navy. So this navy is not exactly powerful, but it doesn't need to be, because all we have to do is do the landing in London, then we're good to go. It should be very easy. Anything else I want to do to Britain? Any subjects I want to get rid of? Not particularly. I guess we could liberate British West Africa, but regime change. But I don't want to waste the. I don't want to waste the infamy. Let's humiliate them, I guess. Makes sense. And America would join if we return a state for them. So let's let them get, like, I don't know, Louisiana back, just because it'll, like, get them in the, it'll make it easier to handle the logistics of the war. Sure. Now we have no troops back home anymore, but I don't know, Morocco's here, they'll probably defend it, right? Surely. They're sending 26 men. I'm gonna first land in London and kind of prioritize that, although they're right there. Okay, maybe we do need to get an army over there. Ah, shit. They're gonna have, like, free reign on me. Let's, real quick, just make some conscripts, I guess. God, God, that's so annoying. Okay, at least we landed, and we can go and disrupt the naval invasion now. So let's station a navy. And that should stall them, because this navy's strong enough to contest it, I hope. Yes, it is contested. There you go. So now they shouldn't be able to continue fighting. But my navy's gonna get absolutely fucking rocked. Oh my god, right. I forgot these ships are, like, made of paper. It's not good, man. It's okay, I'm gonna assume I capitulate London faster than they capitulate me. That's what I'm gonna hope for anyway. If I take off the humiliate, they're willing to... Okay, they're willing to end the war with the humiliate, so we'll do that. There we go. Okay, great. So Britain's been cut into many pieces. It only cost us a little bit of time being occupied, and it didn't mean we reset our tolls, we'll just put them back on. And then, yeah, we're good. Alright. Overall, a pretty fun run. I'd say that playing as Spain is pretty enjoyable. The only thing is, like, the industry part of the game kind of sucks. In terms of, like, you don't have any good states, you know? Like, I don't really have any good states for, like for making a big industrial economy out here. It's a little bit bothersome. I guess we do have the Basque country for some iron at least, but there's barely any coal out here. Still, you can just make your industry over in the New World, I guess. Good job, by the way, Portugal. They actually managed to like kind of beat Britain in terms of their colonization. Oh, economic regeneration. Ooh, this one's always fun. Let's do it. I think we can handle it. We're already done industry, not done railways, and we're done colonial as well. Okay, cool. So we can do more iron, we can do more sulfur, more lead, or more coal. I think we'll probably just do more iron, because iron's just kind of good. We've already done 3 reforms, so that was easy. And what we get when we complete this is we get Legacy of Regeneration, which is like crazy good. If we reduce economic objectives, then we could just complete this right now, which makes you a little more radical. We get effects and duration of economic regeneration, master journal are halved. So we'd only get 5 legitimacy, 5 authority. I mean, the big reason why we're doing this is for legacy regeneration more than anything. But let's see if we can figure it out, you know, there's no reason to wait. Like, or rather, no reason to just, like, do it right away, right? Now, they're probably gonna get support from great powers, but, like, it won't matter, you know? It's just gonna be like, oh, okay, you have great power support, and then I just kill you anyway. Get you guys back home. Now, eventually, the Russians and the Dutch are gonna capitulate, so there's no big deal here. Just give it a bit. See, the Dutch especially are very close to capitulating. The Russians will take longer, but... like, this war will go in my favor. Just give it a bit, you know. Getting wrecked? I'm not getting wrecked. There's a big collection of Europeans here in my Portugal war, but like they will eventually leave the war. It'll be okay. I keep forgetting that I don't actually have like I might have good tech in some places, but I don't actually have a good like military tech. So I can't just like face stomp everybody. I do need to actually pay attention. Oh, Portugal is gonna capitulate soon. Oh, good. I didn't realize I even had the war. I guess, is their capital up here or something? No, I don't need to hold the capital. I need to hold any state. Wow, okay. That makes that easy. In that case, once Portugal capitulates, this will be quite easy. Although Morocco wants independence, which means that we do need to go and occupy Morocco at some point. This battle should be the one where I take the capital, and then I win. Opium? Maybe, there you go. Perfect. Okay, great. Now, I want to form Iberia. So Portugal, I need you to have less than 75 liberty desire. So you can have... we can even give him pieces of Morocco, which is good. Because that will mean I can annex those for free. Marrakesh. And I want to give you... Sahara. Yeah, anything owned by Morocco. Perfect, I can just give him all of Morocco's land. It's kind of fucked up, but... love to see it. We want to give control of... no, we don't need to, because are they currently Spanish? I believe the Philippines will get annexed anyway, so I don't have to worry about that. You can have Inner Mauritania, and then Grant States. You can have Mauritania, and now I should be able to form Iberia. So when I click this, I believe everything owned by everyone that has Spanish culture will be annexed. It should be all the subjects. It did not annex all the subjects. Maybe because they're colonies. That why? That's fine though. To be fair, it doesn't not a big deal. But it at least gets Portugal out of here. So there's Iberia. Look at that. Iberian sunrise. Viva Iberica. Oh yeah. So I guess I should have taken the stuff from the Philippines then, because I could have annexed that too. But oh well. I wonder, is it because is it perhaps because colonies don't get taken over during that effect? Is that why? It doesn't matter. I at least got to neuter the hell out of Morocco. They're down to just be holding Fez now. That's good. Well, there you go. Big ol' Iberian Union. Enjoying the new DLC? The new DLC has had a couple patches that have made the AI better. So when it first came out, it was quite bad. It was like, oh my god, it was pretty fucking terrible. But now it's not too bad. The AI is still somewhat incompetent, but it's always kind of been incompetent, to be fair. It's just that it's a bit less incompetent than it used to be. But still a bit incompetent, yeah. America, listen, you want to transfer United States? No. Afraid not, my friend. Love this. Return New Spanish New Mexico. That's funny. Hell yeah. Oh, dude, do I have to low-key give up on the United States and on New Spain? Because this is going to be, like... This would be two really big losses to take, but, this is a tough enemy. This is a lot. Is there any American state we can very easily occupy? Probably not. Because they don't have, like, California or anything. They don't have any stuff in Africa, do they? I guess we could just conscript up, but... Probably wouldn't save me against 300 battalions. Jesus Christ. When it comes to getting New Spain to not go for independence, all I need to do is occupy... If I can just occupy Puerto Rico, then he's fucked. So hold on, let me just do that real quick. Like, I doubt he's gonna send an army to go and take over Puerto Rico. Or take it back, rather. I forgot that independence wars are bullshit. And you can literally just take one state and then they can't go independent anymore. If I lose the United States, that'd be like an L, but like I wouldn't be too broken up about it because they're never gonna be loyal anyway. But losing New Spain would suck, for sure. They have units defending here? Where? Who is this army? Where is this army? What? What army is this? 69 dudes. Are they're not stationed right there. Are they stationed in Cuba? They're stationed in Cuba. Where's the button that takes me to where this army is? Isn't it that they're at the New Mexico front? Why are they able to defend the naval landing here? What? What the hell is happening? By the X? Oh, here. Yeah, like what the why the hell can they defend this naval invasion with an army that's in New Mexico? Victoria 3. Vicky. So wait, what? Brazil declared war on me? What? They want just little Mato Grosso? You know what, dude? Like, sure. That's okay, Brazil. You can have that little tiny piece of land. I don't really care that much about that. Smart AI, though. Glad to see that, because the AI being opportunistic is something which we really wish we saw more in the game, if anything. But we're happy to see that. Philippine Communist Revolt again. Doesn't matter. With Trench Infantry, which we just got, now I think we can hold them off just like how OP Trench Infantry will be. We'll see, though. So New Granada's already at 0 support. They might be willing to... If I... Okay. They want their independence, yeah. Okay. That's not going to happen. So we can get a white peace pretty soon, but the New Granada would need to lose all their gold reserves and stuff, which I think they probably have like a massive gold reserve if I know the AI. No, see, again, he's able... Why can this army defend Haiti? Like, they're over here. Doesn't make any sense. You should not be here. You are currently stationed in Utah, okay? This guy is currently in Utah, and he is able to defend in Santiago. It's one thing if he was like, if you told me he's stationed in Utah, which is like here, and then he was fighting a battle in like Missouri, and I'd be like, all right, whatever, you know, we're trying to, it's a video game, all right? But come on, man, we're fighting all the way over here in Dominica, and he's able to defend. I don't know, just it shows there's not even anybody here actually defending. It doesn't. It's just, I don't know, stupid. Hit the one with white piece. There you go. Bye-bye. And there we go. Disaster averted. There's mutual funds, and now I want to pass commercial agriculture. Get the church behind it. Sure. And then once that passes, we should be able to get land reform done. Then agriculture, we just need to research fertilizers, which I think we might already have. Yeah, okay, so real quick, we're just going to swap everything to fertilizers. Oh, we just need steam-powered thresher machines. Oh, I got to turn that on too. My bad, my bad. I don't have that yet, though. I need to get threshing machines. Okay, fair enough. So, grab this real quick then. Once we finish economic regeneration, I believe we'll have 0% interest. Right now we have 3.3. We'll have like minus 95, but if we can get loyal petite bourgeoisie, then we'll have 0. So if you guys become loyal, then yeah, we can actually have no interest of any kind. Go integrated agriculture. I do kind of like that. Number 1 GDP. Probably have been for a bit. Only 20 million ahead of Heavenly Kingdom, but still, number 1 GDP. Love that. We've been number 1 great power for a long time, by a long shot as well. We're like significantly higher than anyone else. We're also 4th in population. It's cool. Here comes the commercial agriculture, hopefully. There it is. And then we just need to get the landowners out of governments. So let's just quickly have an illegitimate government for just a moment. And that should complete it. There you go. Agriculture, just need to wait on tech for that. Then we're good to go. This isn't like that crazy of a modifier, but it's more the legacy of regeneration that we're really looking after. That's like the big thing. Why are the Pays Vasco so low on SOL? They're not incorporated. Oh, what the hell? How long has that been the case? I haven't had this incorporated, like... So does that mean that we've been getting the colonial exploitation bonuses on the iron mines? That's fucking crazy, dude. Wow. Alright. America's attacking New Africa. Is that not my protectorate? I think if I just don't pick any side, then it's okay. I forget how it works when your protectorates attack each other. But even if the Americans, like, invade and then the New Africa stops being our protectorate, it's kind of like whatever. They did, in fact, stop being my subject. Okay, that's a little bit annoying. My pops, I'm getting so many immigrants. My population is growing very fast, which is good. We want to have more people, but... I was gonna say, there's no downside to it. I was gonna say but something, but there's no but to it. We're just kind of happy to see it. Roast steak too juicy and lobster too buttery. You know it, man. Although, you know, apparently some people don't like it when their steak is, like, super juicy. Some people prefer it a little bit drier. Which, like, you know, fair enough. Everyone gets, like, what they want to like, but a little bit weird. Won't lie. I'm thinking what next company we want to do, but, like, I don't even know. Like, Spain does have unique companies, but Duro is just, like, so good that I'm happy, like, only to have Duro. Speaking of which, we probably should check on these, because we haven't checked on them in, like, forever. Obviously, Duro y Compañía is doing amazingly, or rather, Marquis Manufacturing Ministry. They're, like, killing it. They're just buying more and more stuff. Lots of money being made here. High productivity. Softly stylish Spanish suits. Also doing pretty well. Although we are not yet... Are we making, like, custom... We are making prestige goods. Like, we are making, you know, custom designer clothes or whatever. There's our threshing machines. Let's go and set everything to that. I should finish agriculture regeneration. We have to have it for 2 years. Okay. Gives us 5% birth rate. Wow. That's insane. Holy. I'm just going to keep our munitions cheap by, like, subsidizing. So get your foot out of my mouse. When does a negative budget become a problem? It's if your credit it's if the negative budget is a larger number than how much your credit limit grows from your economy developing. So I have, like, a massive deficit, but because my economy continues to grow really heavily, it doesn't really mean anything. All that said, I am growing my economy faster than my birth rate or my migration rate, which is going to be a problem eventually. But, like, it's not a big deal. Because I'm going to run out of workers one day, and then the economy could crash. It's kind of no big deal, though. Oh my god, another fucking war from the Free States. Brother. You know how many men I have now? I dare you now that I have 336 battalions over here. Please. New Spain is actually losing Liberty Desire. Oh my god. Holy. Am I on laissez-faire? Yes, I am. That's why everyone's investing in me. I'm like fine with them doing that is why I don't really care. Like it doesn't matter to me if William Cramp and Sons owns all my shipyards. If anything, it's good because I mean I get more construction out of it. It's one of the rare cases where so usually you don't want other people to own your buildings because then you don't get the profits, right? They go to the other country, and that sucks. But in the case of shipyards, why am I building these? Profits are nice, yeah, but I'm building them for the ship construction. This is like why I'm actually constructing these, right? So because of that, I actually like that I'm getting a massive throughput bonus on these. You know, it's like actually kind of sick. So in a way, I'm okay with them being owned by foreigners. It's better if they're owned locally, but the throughput bonus is nice from it being owned by a foreign company, and I don't have to waste a slot on a company for that, which is good. Have we made it to New York yet? Nope, we can't seem to break into New York. We're taking like a ton of losses out here. Let's defend for a bit and see if he wants to bash his head against me and take a bunch of deaths. Why is my army so trash? I guess I just don't really have that good tech. Like, I've been saying it before, but I don't really have anything that particularly good right now. Interest rate should be 0% now, by the way, yeah. So, as you can see here, you stack great power, and then you have laissez-faire with legacy regeneration and loyal petite bourgeoisie. You have negative 105% interest rate, meaning we have no interest, so debt is completely meaningless to us. As long as the petite bourgeoisie are happier anyway. I see that landing. I see you, homie. Don't think you can just get away with that. Got a new company slot, but what am I going to use it for? I have like no idea. Available. What do we want? We could get this wine. Yeah, prestige wine company. I mean, wine is kind of... Oh, it does reduce navies are in all subjects. Wait a minute, that's kind of base. That could be what we actually do. Like, just the Liberty Desire reduction alone is kind of worthwhile. I guess you can have Glassworks as well. Investment rights, of course. And we gotta get a name for this, so real quick, let's pull up the wheel. This one's going to... Looks like it's gonna be D-Rock, I think. There it is. Beautiful. Congratulations, D-Rock. Thank you to all the channel members. Much appreciated. Okay. Oh my god, the French have... Look at this. They got rid of the Occitans, man. That's kind of insane. This must be... I believe they have a journal entry to do this, is why they're doing it. Because normally the AI doesn't really focus on culture conversion, like, at all. But clearly they have this game. I mean, damn. You have to put the decree down for a long time to completely francify like this. So they must have a journal entry telling them to do that. Canon. This is canon. It's true. Although I think the Occitan concentration would be more down here rather than being like up here. I think like kind of it's more like southern like this rather than being up in these mountains. But yes, that is definitely a canon event. Anything else weird happening in the world? Afro-American controlling it over here. This is because New Africa, of course. That makes sense. Equatorial Bantu Texas by like a large margin too. Jeez. Young Fluvial Bantu Arkansas, though a smaller margin. Scottish Nebraska, I don't know how accurate that is. Mayan Colorado. It's funny. This is pretty normal looking. Welsh Newfoundland, okay. But otherwise, relatively normal looking. Spanish over here, yes. Oh, they've all been Oh, interesting, they're getting Spanified. Probably because these guys' their primary culture is all Spanish. Yeah, it's like they're being like re-Spanified. Re-Spanishified out in the colonies. Which is pretty funny. It'll take forever to finish because these are such high population places, but still, it's cool. We try to become a theocracy real quick because we have the powerful church with a theocrat in. But I think I do want to do corporate state. I just want to see what the flag looks like because I don't know what the flag looks like off the top of my head. So I'll invest in heavy industries again. Like I don't know what Spain gets for its corporate state flag. Only like another 100,000 Spaniards here to Spainify Catalonia. A lot of people live in here. 21 million people in Castilla la Nueva, which is pretty good. Only 10 million of which are actually Spanish. There's no Spanish majority here. It's a Spanish plurality. Although there are apparently got a bunch of unemployed people out here. What the hell? Why can't you guys employ? I always run into this problem. I can't tell if I'm just skill issuing or like if I don't understand properly, but I tend to end up in a situation where I have a bunch of unemployed people despite there being jobs available. Like clearly these are still profitable, right? If I subsidize this, it'll employ, and it's like, great, this is all very clearly profitable, so why is it not employing without needing to subsidize it, you know? What's up with that? I guess because then the productivity goes low, but the productivity's went higher. Like, I don't even know, I really couldn't tell you what the problem is here. Like, even the steel mill, this should be profitable. Now we don't have any more unemployed here. Well, we're getting through them anyway. I don't think it's a qualification issue. I guess it could be. We are missing qualifications apparently. Even with what, like 80 universities, it's still having qualification issues. I don't know how you possibly like deal with a qualification issue. Okay, now it's unprofitable because it's maxed out, but this one, for example, is super profitable. Just make another like 112 of these. What's happening over here? America's reconquering New England. Does that make sense? I wonder if I can get them as a protectorate. Maybe. Yes, I can. All right. Well, yeah. Free protectorate. Okay, we actually can make a puppet out of the United States now, which is good. Let's do that. So now it's the U.S., but it's just got like a big Spanish flag on it, or an Iberian flag rather. Oh yeah, love that. Indian territory is disloyal. Okay. Don't know how much I care about that. We'll try to fix it though. Oh damn, they're gonna conquer New York, dude. New England. Holy shit. They're my subject, and they're gonna conquer New York. That's great, man. Because that means that'll be part of my market then. Beautiful. This has how much GDP? 11 million? Alright, New England. I can turn New Spain back into a colony quite soon. So I wonder, are there any journal entries for going corporate state? The anarchist one. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be anything for going corporate state. So few nations have any corporate state content, with the exception of like Austria does. I know that. And like that's pretty much it. Even Germany doesn't, which you'd think they would, but alas. Well, the United States, I'd like to enforce military access. There you go. Now, get to make one big frontier. I was even conquering New Jersey. Dude, he added even more. New York and New Jersey. Nice. That will actually connect our markets by land, so that'll make it easier to defend New England in the future. Very nice. New company. I just don't know what company I want to use. There's like so many. I guess we could do a food company. Food is nice, I guess. Could do the Mozambique company for colonial growth generation. I do kind of like that, actually. Yes, that does feel fitting. Compagnie de Mozambique. Don't need to give log camps. Okay, let's give this a name real quick. There we go. Who gets the Mozambique company? Let's see. This is gonna be Yankees fan. Okay. Huge. Yankees fan gets it. Congratulations, my friend. Congratulations. Yankees fan, Mozambique Enterprises. Look at that. Cats. Yes, cats. Woohoo. Did we get prosperity on the wine company? We did. Okay, so we do have the weekly desire for all subjects down. Love that. Also, we get new tech now. Political agitation for single party state. Big New England, check that out. Kinda huge. What's the liberty desire? Can I maybe get them to be puppets soon? Yeah, relatively soon. Thinking instead, like maybe we just kind of call it here. I don't know. I wanted to see if we could do like what do you call it? Like single party state and do something a little bit weird, but it's chill. I just don't really have anything else I want to do, and it's like we're at the part of the building game where like there's not really much more to build back home. We could do labor-saving PMs and try to do even more SOL, even more GDP, but I'm just like I've been playing for 5.5 hours now, okay? I'm done. But here's our little empire. I'm most proud of this. This is probably the thing we worked the hardest to do, was getting all of America and stuff, but we did get like the entire kind of old Spanish Empire. We did it so easily too. I thought that with the new naval patch it was going to be more difficult, but it was actually just like nothing. Like it was so easy to just get all of them into the power block and then to subjugate them. Even Mexico, who got no infamy, just turned them into New Spain. Now, dealing with New Spain was a little difficult, but we made it work eventually. And then we were going to complete the Portuguese journal entry here, but then we would have to fight Britain for control over a little piece of Mozambique, and we could totally do it. We've already invaded Britain several times. Like it's not like we can't do it. I just can't be bothered to. And then even after we complete this, I think then we just get like more journals about it, right? I don't know. But I've done this content before in the past, but a long time ago. There's really missed out. We didn't get Sas the vernacular because I never actually gave children rights. Although I guess I could now. But we never actually got around to doing that, so we didn't get to do the vernacular one. And then we didn't do the anarchist journal entry. Yeah, because we just didn't have an anarchy movement spawn. Like, it's not that I was trying to avoid that journal. It's that we've researched anarchism. At least I think we have. I'm pretty sure we have, right? Yeah, and we just didn't get a movement. This is one of those like RNG moments in Victoria 3 where if you were intending to do anarchist Spain, in this case I lucked into, well, he's gone now, but we had an anarchist for a bit. Now we just have a humanitarian, but we had an anarchist and we still do have one. I don't even know how we're, because Spectre haunting the world. Okay, I see. But who is the anarchist character with prominence giving this? Wait a minute. What? Let me check my national. Do we have some random historical anarchist, maybe? Interesting. Who is the prominent anarchist of which they speak? Oh, this guy. The ruler. Oh, the ruler is. Oh. Oh, okay. I guess this must be some weird thing with how the elections work. I don't know. But this was the guy that was our anarchist before. He was our ruler. Or he became our ruler, rather. He's an anarchist. I don't even know how we got him. Because we didn't have an anarchist movement the whole game. So maybe the socialists spawned one? Yeah, it must be the socialist movement spawned one. Yeah, okay. So yeah, but, you know. Oh well, if you wanted to do that journal entry and you don't end up spawning the movement, then just get wrecked. You know, it's kind of just a skill issue, I guess. I would say that the way to make it more likely that you get this if you want to do this is make sure to research anarchism before you research, like, socialism. To do this before doing socialism, and that way you're way more likely to spawn the movement. Because I believe the more movements you have, the harder it is to spawn new ones. These, you know, just kind of off vibes. I'm not sure about that for sure. But regardless, a pretty good playthrough. GDP-wise, not the most impressive, but the focus of the run was really the GDP. You know, that's a cope, but I was focused a lot more on stuff over here. Stuff in you know, Latin America.
With that, the playthrough comes to an end. It was a pleasure streaming again after having been gone for so long, and I'm settling into my new apartment quite well. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing and liking and all that, and if you're interested in Victoria 3 or any other Paradox products, consider checking out my affiliate link with Paradox, where you can buy Steam keys for any Paradox stuff, and if you do so via my link, you'll be giving me a little cut. I would deeply appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and thank you for your time.